The Sega Genesis Ultimate Portable Game Player. This machine's been around for quite a while under several different names like the Gopher, Sega Mega Drive Arcade Ultimate Portable, and MD Play. While they're most common in Chinese and Russian territories, you can find them littering your local Walgreens, Rite Aids, Family Dollars, and Dollar Generals throughout North America come Christmas time. Developed by AtGames, the very same company responsible for the classic gaming console, this is the most recent version, which contains 80 built-in games. Half of them are true Genesis classics and arcade ports like Mortal Kombat's 1 through 3, while the rest are comprised of foreign titles. But let's look at the unit itself. We have a 3.2-inch full-color backlit display. On the left, we have a mono speaker, D-pad, and menu button. To the right, 6 action buttons and a start-pause button. In addition, we have volume control, a headphone jack, an AV out port, and USB port in order to recharge the built-in lithium battery. Finally, there's the SD card, making it possible to upload and play your own games. Sounds great, right? Yes, you can feel the butt just itching to break free at... Ew. I'll break it down for you. The screen is arguably this unit's best feature. It's big, bright, and bold, very easy on the eyes. The speaker is good, you don't need to crank it up to the max in order to hear it, though I've heard some have done that and blown the speaker. Why? I'm not entirely sure. However, like the classic game console, it fails to mimic the Genesis sound chip accurately. It's prone to distortion and out of tune. The casual gamer may not detect it, but the hardcore enthusiast will cry when they first try Sonic. Now, being an avid Sega fan and collector, I am not exaggerating when I say that this is cringe-inducing. It isn't all that bad when playing on the go, but that will change the moment you jack into your television. There's really no escaping it here. As bad as the Sonic games may sound, I think Comix Zone suffers the most.
Test 1, 2.
How that is bad. Now the buttons. The action buttons work just fine, but the layout's awkward. They're tilted upward 60 degrees when most button layouts sit comfortably at 20 degrees or lower. Takes some getting used to, but they work. The D-pad feels good, though it's kind of sensitive. You must be precise, otherwise the slightest twitch can fuck up your day right quick. Still, I got used to it, so I can't classify it as a serious gripe. On to ROM functionality. There are some compatibility issues. It depends on the ROM as well as the unit itself. For example, I couldn't get Moonwalker or Contra Hardcore to work. I tried a few different versions, but no dice. It wouldn't play The Adventures of Batman and Robin either, which sucks. It's one of my favorites. Sunset Riders works well, as does Castlevania Bloodlines. Outlander is really funky. It plays well, but the visuals during the driving portions is dithered beyond belief. It looks like a Sega CD cinematic. Not all that distracting on a small screen, but it will slap your cheek with its throbbing gristle and demand attention the moment you hook it up to a TV. Oh, by the way, be careful when playing on a television. If you so much as graze the AV cable, the image will flicker and scramble. Important note about the SD card. First, make sure it's a regular SD card, no SDHC or SDXC or whatever the fuck. Also, many ROM files work best in the bin format. Some SMD or MD files work, though you're better off sticking with binary. Good lord, what else? Oh, the games. As I said, half of them are Genesis titles most are familiar with. The other half are games that may or may not have been released in Brazil. I say this because many of them bear the Tectoy logo. All these titles are basic, lacking the depth one might expect from a full-fledged 16-bit console game, or even 8-bit for that matter. On top of that, many of them are knockoffs of better games. Bomber is clearly a ripoff of Bomberman, playable though it makes you wish you were playing Bomberman instead. Cross the Road is basically Frogger minus the charm. Canon is a more basic version of Death Tanks Vi, you know, the hidden game found on Duke Nukem 3D for Sega Saturn, which is infinitely better. So there you have it. Now, this thing cost me a whopping $50. Some gamers managed to snag it for as little as $20 thanks to holiday clearance sales. Is it worth it? Well, you tell me, I'm just a critic. Personally, I feel $50 is an okay price. It does have a good selection of built-in games, and the ROM process is simple and straightforward. If you have small children and you want to introduce them to the classics without putting your PSP at risk of being lost or broken, this is a viable option. Otherwise, I think the PSP is a better way to go, outside of owning a Nomad. Oh, god damn. You loose! You loose!